also has substantially ramped up its purchases of U.S. products. To date, they've purchased $23 billion in agricultural products, approximately 71% of its target under the Phase 1 agreement. Highlights in the report said corn will be an outstanding sale of up to 8.7 million bushels. Soybeans, outstanding sales, they're still working on that, are off to a strongest start in history. They got sorghum. U.S. exports of sorghum to China will be up $561 million. And pork, U.S. pork exports to China will hit an all-time record in just the first 5 months, they said. Beef is also included in that group, more than triple the total that was imported in 2017. Peanuts is in the list. They say they'll have record levels of peanuts imports, along with pecans, alfalfa hay, and pet food and prepared foods have added to that China agreement.
The Environmental Quality Incentives Program, or EQIP, is a continuous sign-up program allowing landowners or operators to apply for financial and technical assistance from many types of conservation practices. And USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service in Florida has made it easy to get more details. Just log on to www.fl.nrcs.usda.gov. You'll find links to more detailed information on the overall EQIP program, or simply stop by your local NRCS office.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine today with a shower in places. Warm and humid, high 87 to 91. Then partly cloudy and humid tonight with a shower in the area late. Low this evening, 69 to 74. Partly sunny and less humid Friday, high tomorrow 80 to 85. Then Saturday and Sunday both will be mostly sunny. High Saturday 82 to 86. High Sunday 84 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Finally, shipping made easy. Just Ship is your answer to your shipping aggravation. They come pick up your package and ship it for you. Birthday gifts, eBay sales, or an online return. Just Ship can handle all of them for you. Act now and you can save 20% on an annual subscription, which will take you through the 2020 holiday months. Go to www.justship.net now and take the aggravation out of shipping.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth, the only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. Time to get to some headlines that are making news around our area today. If you want to reach out and get involved with the show, 622-9622 is the number to call. Gun drawn on deputy. A 47-year-old Ocala man armed with 2 handguns was arrested after he allegedly pointed one firearm at a Marion County Sheriff's Office deputy who was responding to a noise complaint. This according to the arrest report. Paul Thomas Giangrasso was arrested at 12:35 p.m. at the residence in the 3000 block of Northeast 22nd Avenue, charged with felony assault on a law enforcement officer, or EMT. According to the report, Deputy David Adam responded to a noise complaint at the residence and found Giangrasso sitting alone in the car with loud music playing and the windows down. The deputy in full uniform approached the car from the passenger side, saw a large black handgun in Giangrasso's lap. He gave loud verbal commands and identified himself as law enforcement. He then saw Giangrasso pick up the black handgun with his right hand. The deputy made many verbal commands to put the gun down, but Giangrasso opened the car door. This guy's not very smart at all. He stepped out, even as the deputy ordered him to remain in his car, and moved towards the deputy. Giangrasso stated the deputy would have to kill him before he put his weapon down, and then raised the black handgun towards me. This guy's lucky he's not dead. This guy's lucky there's some restraint in this county. He's lucky he's still with us. Let's go to the phone lines. Hi, caller. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Jim. You were speaking about Israel somewhat earlier. Does the name David Balfour mean anything to you?
Yes.
Yeah, that started the process actually prior to World War I. And then after the Ottoman Empire was cut up by the British and the French, the U.S. didn't have a part in that because we did not declare war on the Ottoman Empire. We only declared war on Germany. The British and the French cut up the old Ottoman Empire and gave what is now Israel to the
Israelis,
people that would form Israel.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying it was wrong to do. I'm just saying I don't think there was much thought put into it on how the region would. The people in the region would all get along and live together.
The French were playing both ends against the middle, and the Italians got a hunk of it also, but not that far south. They got Albania, but it was the British and the French that first started the trouble. World War II happened, the Holocaust happened. And the United Nations was formed, and the U.S., Britain, and France pretty much got everything they wanted to happen in those days, and Israel happened in 1947.
That's exactly how I remember the history. So I thought it went down. Hey, Jim, thanks for the call.
All right, you have a good day.
So see, it's years and years in the making, some of the trouble in the Middle East. The governor's vote is hacked. Yeah, Ron Desantis. A 20-year-old Collier County man is accused of changing Governor Ron DeSantis' address in the state's voter database, briefly stalling him while he was attempting to vote at the Leon County Courthouse in Tallahassee. Agents said that Anthony Guevara also accessed the voter registrations of U.S. Senator Rick Scott and sports celebrities Michael Jordan and LeBron James, but made no changes. This was not a sophisticated hack, said Mark Early, the Leon County Supervisor of Elections. Rather, Guevara is accused of accessing a low-security elections portal with the inability to make significant changes, such as those related to one's registration status. Higher security portals require harder-to-get information, such as Social Security and driver's license number. DeSantis updated his address on the spot and was allowed to vote. So this kid hacked into the system. They said it was a low database area that he hacked into. So they're going to charge him. They're going to bring him to court. They're going to then take him into a room and say, look, we'll cut a deal with you. We'll put you on probation for 10 years. You pay some restitution, and you come work for us as a hacker. You're no longer a black hat. Now you're a white hat working for us. That's how you don't hear about those deals, but that's how those things work. Believe me, that's how those things work. Daylight savings time and the coronavirus. What do they got to get to do? A novel push to thwart Sunday's end to daylight savings time was lobbed in September, with Florida senators using the coronavirus pandemic as an impetus to keep the state from turning clocks back an hour. But the legislation that would extend daylight saving times through November 2021 hasn't gained traction in the waning weeks before this year's change, which means the Sunshine State will join most of the U.S. on Sunday in the annual clock switch that cuts the daylight hour short at night but brings an earlier sunrise. Senators Marco Rubio and Rick Scott have made efforts in the past several years to end the yo-yo time change with the so-called Sunshine Protection Act. State lawmakers also passed a 2018 bill that would allow Florida to remain on daylight saving time year-round, but it only works if Congress amends the U.S. code to allow it. This year, Rubio and Scott said it was important to keep an hour of light in the afternoon after people were cooped up all summer because of the coronavirus, and because it would add stability instead of forcing another change in routine. They thought it was important enough to use a special method called Rule 14 to bypass the Senate Committee on Commerce so it could go directly to the Senate calendar. So Marco Rubio, Rick Scott trying to get daylight saving time changed in the state of Florida. I think Arizona doesn't have daylight savings time. Part of Indiana doesn't have daylight saving time, and part of Hawaii, I think, doesn't have daylight saving time. Other than that, you're on daylight saving time, which, by the way, we fall back this Saturday night because that's what we need. Another hour of 2020. That's what, one more, please. It's not long enough. Give us another hour for 2020. Let's fall back, get one more. Thanks. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. We're going to take a brief time out. We come back. There's food in the studio. I told somebody, I said, anybody brings me food, I'll let you say hello on the radio. Well, the owner of Just Shipped, which you've heard of numerous times on this radio, just walked in with, it looks like cheesecake. We'll be back after this short time out. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Oh, hey, Grandpa. Oh, hey, Grandpa. Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, buddy?
Can you take me fishing this weekend?
I'd love to.
Have you noticed a change in your hearing over the years? Missing the little things in life? Visit Beneficial Hearing in Ocala today. Their expert team of audiologists will make sure you never miss a moment. Call Beneficial Hearing today at 352-629-4418 or visit them online, beneficialhearing.com.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
My fellow conservatives, I have an urgent message. Vote no on Amendment 3. This is Ryan Chamberlain with Save My Constitution. Amendment 3 will let liberals vote against conservatives in primaries. Liberals hope that Amendment 3 will water down conservative leadership in Florida's legislature so they can raise taxes and limit our gun rights. Let's stop their scheme. Vote no on Amendment 3. Paid electioneering communication paid for by Save My Constitution, 1700 North Monroe Street, Suite 11-253, Tallahassee, Florida, 32303.
Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creatives.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz, in studio now to rebut some of the things I say about her on the radio, the owner of Just Shipped, and a person I'm proud to call my girlfriend, although I'm not real sure she's proud now because she's got this smirk on her face like she's here to rebut Susan from Just Shipped. Susan, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Tom. I brought you cheesecake.
You did bring me cheesecake, and Joe and I said if you bring food, we'll give you a minute and a half on the radio.
All right. Well, I thought it was...
So what do you want to rebut? You want me to plant flowers? You want me to plant Myers lemon trees? You want me to never play golf again?
No. I enjoy that you play golf. I actually encourage you to have your boys' night because that gives me a day off from you.
I don't think that was really where I was hoping you'd go with that. So, you mean you need to clock out from me sometimes is what you're saying?
I think it's important for our relationship that we have our own, friends and our own hobbies that
that's
we
what
have.
That's what people on the radio say, too. They're glad I'm only on 3 hours a day and 21 hours a day. They don't have to deal with me. Thanks for the cheese. I had some pumpkin spice cheesecake or something, and I'm not a big fan of pumpkin, but that wasn't that bad.
The one I brought you.
You brought in a pecan cheesecake.
I brought you a pecan cheesecake.
Well, I'm glad you said it right, because you say it wrong all the time.
I know. I brought Joe Martone a maple walnut cheesecake, but he's not here.
So Dan Martone can have it?
Well, it's in the refrigerator, so whoever gets it first.
Oh, well, that's easy. That'll be me. That's easy. That's easy. Well, thanks for bringing that in, and thanks for setting the record straight that, I'm useless and I shouldn't play golf and I need to plant a Myers lemon tree. And
I did not say you're useless. I think you should play golf, and yes, we will plant a Myers lemon tree. I'm sorry. The large lemons. The large lemons,
yeah, because you didn't know Myers lemons. The large lemons. I said the Myers lemons. I don't know, the big ones. The big ones. So,
they have the best juice.
There you go. Thanks, Susan, for the cheesecake. I'll see you later. Yeah, she had to come in and rebut. She was making everybody think that she just works me constantly, so she wanted to come on and rebut she doesn't work me constantly. And by the way, I do very little of the work. She does most of it, if I was to be honest, okay? Although, I will say, I do vacuum from time to time. Not very often, but I think I've done it twice. I think I've done it twice. Twice, yeah. I was thinking maybe only once, but no, it was twice. So, coming up at 10:30, Kathy Bryant will not be in studio. She's dealing with a couple different things this week, county business and stuff, of which takes her time. So she just sent a proxy in her place from the Public Information Office of the County Commission. Alex will be with us to talk about some things with the County Commission. But I want to get back into some headlines of the day before we go back to break. The stock market was in a free fall the last couple days amid claims that Democrat Joe Biden would institute lockdowns and raise taxes if he wins. The stock market has fallen steeply since Monday, down more than 900 points on Wednesday alone. With millions of mail-in votes not slated to be counted until after the polls close the night of November 3rd, it could be days before the election is decided, which added to investors' angst. Biden has promised to do what it takes to help bring the corona pandemic under control, which could include a national mask mandate and closing down parts of the economy. If that happens, there could be a repeat of the market nosedive that took place earlier this year when vast swaths of the economy slowed or were shut down. Fears of this happening again under Biden's guidance are fueling Wall Street's fear index, which is at its highest point since June. I will tell you this, I've taken a bath to the tune of, let's just say I've lost 4 digits in the market in the last 3 days. Although somebody goes, if you're not cashed out, you didn't lose it. It's just on paper. Yeah, tell that to my stomach every time I look at my totals. Trump campaign director Tim Murtaugh said this week that Biden is the candidate of lockdowns, who said the U.S. is facing a dark winter. This is not an optimistic message, according to Murtaugh. During a rally earlier this month, President Trump said Biden would listen to the scientists. If I listened totally to scientists, we right now would have a country that would be in a massive depression. Instead, we're like a rocket ship. Just look at the numbers. They're huge. Great. Going to be huge. Biden has vowed to raise the personal income tax rate on people making more than $400,000 annually and would hike the corporate tax from 21% to 28%. Trump's tax cuts in 2017 instituted the flat rate from a tiered rate of between 15% to 35%. The Hill reported this week that business, large and small, and wealthy individuals are bracing for higher taxes if Biden wins. Oh, imagine that. Cheesecake and you show up. There he is. Your mic's on over there, pal. Your mic's on. Cheesecake and you show up. Hadn't been here all morning. Oh. Hair's disheveled like you just ran out of the bed.
Well, it's windy out. It's a beautiful day out.
Cheesecake. Oh, Joe shows up. Maple cheesecake, by the way.
Just saying. And there's mine's maple walnut.
You see, a man hadn't been anywhere around. Cheesecake walks in the building.
She knows. I spoke about maple walnut ice cream and maple walnut.
Exactly.
And she's on my good list.
She listens. Have I ever been on your good list?
Is that her answer for that? No answer for that. No.
Hey,
but I've been listening to you all morning.
I know you have. And by the way,
squeaky chair.
Could we do something about that chair?
That was driving every other. You can't hear what he's saying because it's. Remember Beetle Bailey and the sergeant and he had the squeaky. That's
the same thing.
That's same thing. So we'll have to fix. I'm going to go with it with WD-40 and spray the heck out of it.
Joe, you and I are both
Roman Catholic.
Roman Catholic.
Yes.
So this story I'm about to read to you is a little disconcerting. A local walked by St. Peter's and Roman Catholic Church in Pearl River, Louisiana.
A local?
Yeah.
A local
to that area.
Okay.
As the reverend inside was filming himself.
Oh, no.
With two dominatrix. Caught with his pants down. The reverend has since been denounced by the New Orleans Archbishop, and the Archbishop had the altar burn that they were desecrating with their filming the acts they were doing. According to Insider, Reverend Travis Clark and two women were arrested on September 30th.
Two women?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's...
And the priest were arrested on September 30th and charged with public obscenity. Archbishop Amand called the actions deplorable and demonic.
No kidding.
He said Clark would never again serve as a priest.
Well, unfortunately, they're human, and they've been...
Well, while the dominatrixes, Mindy Lady Vi Dixon and Melissa's Empress Ming Ching weren't engaged in prostitution, the obscenity charges constitute a felony and carry a maximum of a 3-year prison sentence.
Okay, they weren't involved in doing anything.
Well, they weren't getting paid for it. They were just, or they weren't. I don't know how they weren't charged with prostitution. That's all I know. According to Fox News, the passerby who spotted the threesome reported seeing the priest in a state of undress. The trio was positioned on the altar with the two women in high heels and corsets.
Was this being filmed?
Oh, yeah. The witness was reportedly suspicious as the church lights were on in the late night. The witness was walking by the church, walking his dog for the dog to do his business.
And this
at about 12:45 at night.
In Louisiana.
In Louisiana.
They said what town? What parish?
Yeah, it's in Pearl River, Louisiana.
Pearl River. No,
in an interesting turn of events, it just wasn't Reverend Clark who was filming the encounter. The witness who reported the scenario to police also recorded the situation in progress.
Oh, so he or she...
You like it? By the way, situation's not the word in the story. It's the word that Joe Martone says I must use so we can stay on the air.
Thank you. Now, that person must have stood there a while and said, oh, this is bad, let me film it. Oh, this is still bad, let me film it.
The footage,
wait a minute, still bad.
The footage the witness filmed was later shared with police. All parties involved were consenting adults, the priest's lawyer, Bradley Phillips, said. Everything that occurred took place behind closed doors on private property. None of the conduct alleged should be figured as criminal in nature.
What were they going to do with the film?
I can't help you with that.
I know. Let's get $1 million. Maybe they were raising funds.
Stop. Just stop.
No.
Finally, woman with a crowbar.
Okay.
Not somebody I date, which is kind of surprising.
Suzette. Never mind.
A 34-year-old woman is now facing multiple charges after she robbed a store that denied her a refund. The Orange City, Florida, but why is this always Florida? The Orange City, Florida Police Department was alerted to a holdup alarm that was triggered at the Spectrum store off Enterprise Road Tuesday afternoon. Officers arrived, met with employees of the store who said a woman entered the store with long metal object, pried the registers open, and took money.
Oh, you mean she did it while everybody was still there?
Oh, yeah. Valued at $500 before walking out of the store.
Oh, smart as a rock.
According to the police, one employee told police the woman, who was later identified as Diana Saraday, came into the store with a mail and asked for a refund for a payment she was not credited for. The employee denied her refund, citing their policy. The report then states Saraday came back again and spoke with another employee about the refund, but once again was denied. She then came back, walked behind the counter, and began to pry open the first register with a crowbar she brought in with her on her third entry. She then pried open, but there was no money in that register. She then pried open a second register, took the money inside, $500, and walked out before leaving in what employees described as a blue van. The van Serenity left in was later found at her listed home by Volusia County Sheriff's deputies. Subsequently, they arrested her, who was identified by one of the employees of the store. She was charged with robbery with a weapon, criminal mischief, and petty theft. She remains in custody in the Volusia County DL on $30,000 bond.
Smart as a rock. And if anybody knows anything about a register, there's a button you press and the drawer just goes boop. You don't need a crowbar.
Hey, you know, I need to lose some weight. I got a diet here.
I know, it's all behind you now.
You know, every time you lick a stamp,
yes.
Oh, you consume. This ain't going to help me lose weight.
You consume.
Every time you lick a stamp, you consume 1/10 of a calorie.
You know, I have not seen a licking stamps in a while. Everything is peel and stick. Your mic is not on. You're talking to yourself.
Alex, what was your question?
Does that take into account the amount of effort you expend to lick the stamp?
See, Alex is much smarter than we need on the show.
No. Alex, you just sit there and look happy.
Joe,
yes.
The highest point in Pennsylvania.
Oh, in Pennsylvania, yeah.
Is lower
than
the lowest point in Colorado.
Oh, yeah. You ever been to Pennsylvania?
I have been to Pennsylvania.
Many times.
And by the way,
furniture built there.
Taking headphones off, Joe. Take them off.
Yes, sir.
Because wearing headphones for just an hour will increase the bacteria in your ear 700 times.
I spray these daily.
Yeah, well, so do I. Spray the microphone with my... never mind.
No, wrong kind of spray.
Coming up next,
yes.
Joe Martone will get out of the studio because he's got a maple and walnut piece of cheesecake he'll go eat.
Got my name all over
Got his name all over it. Although I was holding out for Dan Martone to run in and steal it from you. And by the way, you've been in here. Dan may come in the back door. You don't know.
I listen. Doors open.
You can hear it. You can hear it. Coming up next, it's time to talk about the county commission and what's going on with our county politics.
Oh, boy.
We'll do that next right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. Wait.
3, 2, 3.
Nope.
We're
See,
still waiting for the source.
I know. I got it all. Look, I'm doing things different here, pal.
We noticed that.
I don't have a Phantom. If somebody would build a Phantom.
Hey, I'm glad you're on the same page as I am.
Saying, Phantom.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370